Thank you and good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming today. As you heard on the telephone, I have with me Tao Sperrings, our Chief Executive, and Maury Leyland, our Group Head of Strategy, and the person who led the CEO operational review that was announced immediately following our precautionary recall last month. So we completed the review at the end of last week, and the reason we've called the press conference today is to be able to share with you the findings of that review. So the review itself is also being made available in a summary form. That will happen early next week. We're in the process of having it translated at the moment into various languages, Chinese, Spanish, etc. But that will be available on Fonterra.com, as I say, beginning next week. So without further ado, I'd like to hand over to Tao.
Thank you, Kerry. Thank you for coming in, again on relatively short notice. Last week, exactly a week ago, we were here as well, and we spoke about great relief that there was no presence of Clostridium botulinum in our products and no food safety risk. That is last week. We are not going to touch upon that today or elaborate on that. We are going to talk today about the findings of the operational review and the conclusions. That's going to be done by Maury. There will be quite a lot of content, and there will be a lot of sharing with you of the findings of us in the operational review. So we would like to take ample time for that, and also ample time for questions. Maury will talk about the findings, what happened, why it happened, and that was a number of weeks ago my clear point that we know more or less what happened, but why it happened, recommendations and actions. Some actions have been taken already, some actions are still to be taken. This will be a Fonterra only discussion, so we only want to talk about ourselves today in the light of the operational review. We don't like to talk about others or other topics. We want to focus on the operational review. Again, to repeat, the precautionary recall was the right thing to do with the information we had at that time. There was a minute risk, really a very small risk, but you cannot take any food safety risk, and we could not take responsibility for any possible consequences in the light of food safety. Of course, like I said before, that caused anxiety and confusion. We apologize for that in the initial stages, but the next action we took was to really go with velocity on this operational review and make sure that we have answers to the table fast, that we get out of the confusion and answer mode. Second reason is, of course, the milk season is starting. It's beautiful weather out there at the moment for our farmers. A lot of water. The good temperatures are good, so milk is coming in, and milk is coming in fast and at a higher level than last year. We look at strong demand around the world. We look at 3 consecutive strong GDT events, very strong GDT events, and that's the reason that we really have to make sure that we finalize this review as soon as possible, because we have to make sure that we run our operation in a correct way, high quality food safety standards going into the next season. I've been talking about the 3 V's and the 4 R's. Our 3 V's is strategy. That's where we have said let's focus on the things we really need to do, but we are in a 4R mode. Recall is completed. Review is, operational review is going to be completed today. You are informed about that. That's not the end of the line, because there's still a board review ongoing end of September. There's still a ministerial inquiry, but the operational review for us is completed today. Recovery mode, we are very much into that mode already. So that's talking about market access in all our markets and consumer and customer confidence. We are in full swing on the recovery mode, and we are starting the reputational mode, and I would like to talk about strengthening our reputation. But I'm very sure that after we have gone through the 4 R's that we will come out stronger. Back to the second R, that's the review. I would like to hand over to Maury. We do share a lot of information with you, and we would like to take our time. Maury.
Thank you. Let me talk a little bit about what the operational review is. It's been a small group of senior people who have been working for 3 weeks since the first week after the precautionary recall, with the purpose of asking ourselves, if we had our time again, what is it would we do differently, and how going forward can we do things differently so this type of event doesn't happen again? So to answer this question, we had to establish what happened, why it happened, and how we would prevent it from happening again. The scope of the review has been on the way we operate our business, in particular the way we process milk, the way we manufacture our products, and ensuring that we're reaching the quality and food safety levels that our customers, regulators, and anybody who buys our products, and indeed ourselves, expect of us. It doesn't focus on any of the external organisations that we work with.